Good morning, my YouTube friends. Tim with Outdoors for Adventure. This morning I toted that Iceco refrigerator freezer out and put it in the back of the truck. And let me flip this camera around. We'll walk around to the back of the truck. Now to start with, I've got my 12-volt line plugged in. And right now it's going to my, if I can get back there, 12-volt plug that's in the bed of the Nissan Titan truck. And this plug does receive some charge a little bit, but it's at 13 volts there. And I've got my temperature set at 41 for my refrigerator and 29 for my freezer, and it is holding temperature right there. That's still running. You can barely hear it with the truck running. So going down the road, there's no issues powering this refrigerator with the truck running. And I did plug it in and I had the truck off and it was running the fridge. And you have a meter here. I've got mine set to medium. They recommended setting it to low if you are running off of your truck battery, your start battery. That way, once that battery gets depleted to a certain point, it'll turn this off and you will still have enough power to start your vehicle. But my next test I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it into my inverter and see what happens. I did put it into this, and this just does not handle enough power to run that. But look at the wires, you know, it isn't heavy enough, and that's that Harbor Freight system. So you know, this would have to be hooked up directly to the battery. Okay, right now I just have my regular 110 cord plugged into this Syntec power converter, and this is 1500. Let's see, I believe it's 1500. Let's see if I can see it. 750 watt continuous, 1500 watts peak. So that should be enough to run this. Let's turn the temperature up or down so it'll kick on. Go down 1 degree there. We'll go down 1 degree there. It looks like it should have already been running. Okay. It may not run off this. We're gonna find out. I need to turn the truck off so I can see if I can hear it running. Okay, let's see if I can hear this running. It is running. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. And I said we're using the 110-240 AC plug, and it's run into my converter. Now this converter right now is hooked up to a battery that receives no charge. It's just, you know, I already charged it up overnight, so it started with the full charge, but this is drawing off the battery. So like I said, it should draw it down to about a medium, probably about 50%, but it is running the fridge. It's maintaining temperature. It's not getting hot. The little fan hasn't even kicked in on this yet. So what I have to do is, since these cigarette plugs here, which I didn't think they would be enough to run the fridge, I am going to buy a female cigarette lighter plug adapter. And I'm probably going to mount it in this box somewhere on the side, probably, where I can plug this in, and then of course it'll be hooked up to my battery that's in this box that gets charged from the truck. So right now the truck's not running, This is reading off of the battery that is hooked up to the solar panels, and it's hooked up to the truck. If the truck was running, it would be charging the battery. But right now the truck's off, so this is strictly solar. Now I do not have my 100-watt solar panel. Once I get that 100-watt solar panel and a good charge box, I think that's going to be a game changer for keeping my battery topped up to run this refrigerator. But it's running fine off this inverter. It does sound like there's a strain nowhere, and I'm just going to let it run and kind of see how long this battery lasts. This will go down as it uses the battery power. And I'm still playing around with how I'm going to set it in there. It will fit in there this way. And I could just, that thing's pretty heavy. That weighs 60 pounds. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to do a slide yet. I don't know if I'm just going to buy one or make one. But I don't want it to go up any because I need the space to open the, I gotta climb up in there right now. I'm gonna need the space to open the lids. I can access it from here, just climb up on the tailgate, and I can get in there and get what I need. The lid does not open all the way. I guess it would if I pulled it down a little bit. You know, it slides pretty easy. All right, let's lift this up now. Not too much. It just barely hits right there. There it goes. So as long as I don't lift it any, I can lift the lids all the way. And it's 60 pounds. I filled it up since it's not gonna be ice, you know, it won't be that much heavier. And I did set it on this blue mat that it was packaged with. I thought it might absorb some of the bumps for now. Lifting it up on the tailgate right there is going to be the worst part, but once you lift it up there, you can slide it out. I may really just not need a slide until I get ready to do my drawer system. So that's going to be something I think that's going to come later. I'll pack this thing up with some stuff like I would go camping, and so I have it to wait, and then I'll see how bad it is to move. And if I took it off of this and put it on a board or something, it would probably slide even easier. I can lock it down to my railing system that's in the truck. Inverter fan still hasn't kicked on. My next test is going to be, I have to get this connected to my battery that's in the box that doesn't have the female connector right now. And I even thought about splicing into this and just putting some eyelets so I can connect it directly to the battery, which I may just do. But anyway, I'm gonna play around with this and see how things are working. But right now, it runs off of my truck 12-volt plug, no problem. It runs off my inverter, no problem. This inverter. It will not run off of this. It just is not getting enough juice from the plug to run. Which you really need to hook it directly to your battery anyway. This would work in a pinch, but I don't want to have to, you know, I'm running this and that, and I don't want to have to run the inverter when I can run this directly off the battery. And that's what I'm fixing to do now, is I'm going to get it hooked up to my battery. Okay, I'm still plugged in to my inverter, and the inverter fan's not running. The compressor shut off. It reached temperature. It's been off for a little while now. Right now, the only thing coming off the battery will be the power that it takes to run my digital display. And there's no drop in battery right now. So I I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to run it. I honestly think once I get my 100-watt solar panel hooked up, when I'm in sun, that 100-watt solar panel will actually run this refrigerator and put charge in my battery.